Hello everyone, Steven McAuley here, Chairman and CEO of Empower Clinics, Inc. I'm putting together some videos here in response to shareholder requests, and particularly our European holders and German-speaking holders who have reached out to me as they do from time to time, and you're really hopeful that they could pose questions from the shareholder group who have been with us for a short time and a long time, and vet those questions and then find a way to communicate them back. So we've gone ahead and worked on that over the last week. Have received, probably 30 to 40 or 50 questions covering a whole variety of topics related to Empower, our history, recent past, where we are now, and what the future looks like. So I'm going to try to do these segments that will address these various questions covering a lot of topics. I'm going to try to keep each video segment in the range of 8 to 10 minutes, just so it's a little bit easier to consume and not a long session all at once. So hopefully it's not too distracting. I'm going to get my glasses going, and what we'll do is we'll announce these videos. We'll create a transcript for everyone to follow along. For the German-speaking followers, we'll do a translate on the question and responses, and hopefully that will help everybody with sort of confidence now and going forward, and kind of just what's the status of EPW at this point in time. So the questions again are a wide range of topics. They have not really been grouped in a specific way. So we're just going to tackle them, and hopefully, the flow goes okay for everybody. So the first section we're kind of calling just general questions, and I'll try to be succinct with the question. Some that were posed to me were very long, many sentences long. So I'll try to, paraphrase some of those to make it a little bit easier to digest. So commencing, number one, why were quarterly figures regularly revised into negative territory, such as Q3 of 2021? Why were these figures not known beforehand? So as I recall, at that time period, working through audit after completing the acquisitions, created requirements for write-downs and write-offs. This impacted net income of the financial statements, and in some cases, we were required to take a full charge and write-off of an acquisition in the year of the acquisition. So, we would absolutely see this non-cash write-down that would definitely impact the net income of that quarter or of the full year period that the audit was covering. Two, every business model in the past has been unprofitable. High acquisition prices were paid, losses incurred after company separations, and legal disputes arose. Why was it foreseeable that each business model would turn out this way? It started with the first cannabis company in LA, then SVH, Kai Medical, and most recently Medisure. How can we believe things won't be different now? So to respond to this one, first, we never had any acquisition of a business in LA, so I'm not sure what that means. Sun Valley Health, in fact, was profitable. The issues with Sun Valley Health is that the state of Arizona changed laws and made cannabis legal in the state, therefore eliminating the need for medical cannabis certification clinics. We experienced the same phenomenon back in 2019 and 20 with Washington State and Oregon State. That's why we moved to exit these markets in the first place. Kai Medical, right after we acquired, started making substantial profits, signed new agreements, provided testing services to a variety of clients. The growth contributed to our cash flow at the time, market support, and expansion, and probably was one of the factors that led to a lot of the big market improvements as well. Medisure, we grew it to 2.3 million in revenue after we acquired, a 44% year-over-year growth rate. Medisure became a disappointment. The principal is a disappointment. In both Kai Medical and Medisure, EPW provided growth capital. We gave principals a runway to expand, capital they did not have prior to acquisition. So we felt there was a good formula at that time, given the markets that we were in terms of the capital markets and access to capital. It obviously changed for us and for so many issuers particularly on CSE and TSX Venture. Next question, what were the effects of Anthony Tomasello's sudden death on Empower Clinics? This one's tough because it brings back kind of the sadness and loss on both a professional and personal level for myself and my board members. We were thrilled to have Anthony join our board. He brought so much opportunity, experience, connections in healthcare that we felt would be incredible for the future of EPW. We had a complete game plan for movement to the US markets, and we're building toward that goal. His health declined very, very quickly, and in a matter of months, he was gone. And it was a real loss for us. I think in some ways we probably still haven't recovered from that because it certainly impacted some of the decisions that were in front of us at that time. Why did Jennifer, Archal CFO, suddenly leave, especially in difficult times? So Jennifer is a highly qualified CPA. She came to us with very strong credentials. Times got tough. COVID was fully active. We were experiencing audit issues and delays again. We were launching the Vancouver cruise ship testing project. She struggled with the pressure at the time and working with and through MNP, our auditors. The pressure of a looming MCTO was too much for her to take as an individual, too much stress, and she felt she could not get through that time. And unfortunately, she resigned. Then to follow on, why has a new CFO not been hired up to now? So the main response is we have not had the funds to hire that kind of qualified CFO. We are permitted to operate without a named CFO for a period of time. At this time, we have conducted interviews and have a CFO candidate to assist us in completing accounting and audit requirements. If ultimately that position gets filled by this particular individual, then we're going to be required to announce that, of course. Next, why was TMC not a success? Why did the Rexall deal not materialize? What happened to TMC clinics? Why were the recent team changes not communicated? The working relationship with Rexall did commence, and we started opening clinic locations. We experienced significant COVID-related issues in the province of Ontario. There were delays in getting doctors on board, but there were also large delays in construction and facility build-out. We provided communication on material changes as they took place and or were completed. What are the current outstanding receivables, current revenues? Is there positive revenue being generated? So right now we cannot provide forward-looking statements or specific updates until financial statements are completed and filed. We all know that. But we have generated new revenue under the new pharmaceutical contracts, and that new revenue commenced November of 2023 and continues today. In a recent press release, it was announced that EPW Cure Search, or a new company under a new ticker, would go public. What has become of this, or is it still on the agenda? You also promised investors shares in this new company. Will this happen? So we talked about the possibility of a spin-out. This concept is still a possibility for us, but as a board, we need to ensure we get through current filings and audit requirements. Then we can resume our planning for a potential spin-out. But it's not possible to focus on that right now. We've got more urgent priorities. What is the total number of outstanding options, warrants, shares, warrants, and similar items? So as filed in our Form 7 monthly reports on the CSE, the current outstanding shares are 103,471,756. What is the current status of the two Medi-Collective corporations? They're not operational at this time. They would be considered dormant Canadian entities at this point in time. This one is a bit unusual. It says, why are you still listed with SVH, meaning Sun Valley Health? What is the status? This is old now. Sun Valley Health was fully sold. All of the entities referenced are no longer part of Empower Clinics. There's no ties to them at all. Will Empower focus only on new businesses in the future and discard everything old? So right now we're focused on new growth in the US, operating as a site management organization, conducting research and clinical trials services. That's where we're going to be going forward. and through audit and work there, we'll make some decisions about how we handle the other entities. What is the status of SNNA and what is the future of Medishare Laboratory? So SNNA has the potential to be a partner to conduct research and clinical trials in the Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania markets. Medishare Laboratory no longer exists as a concept. Chi Medical Laboratory was dissolved with the Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing in the state of Texas. What is the future of EPW Cure Search? Will the website continue to operate, or will it remain as dead as it is now? So website updates are starting to take place. We hope to have the new online presence in the near future. I was working with the web designers this week on that very topic. I'm expecting to see kind of new drafts and updates early next week, just based on the communication I've received in the last day or two. What happened to the previous stories? I'm not sure what that exactly means. Empowerhead deals with phobia, among others. Introduce wallet function for investors to enhance their experience and get notifications directly on the iPhone. Going through staff reductions meant that various initiatives could not continue, and some have been put on hold. The wallet functionality still exists, and new users can elect to register. We typically have a, sign up now button at the bottom of press releases. I'll review that to see that access to that is still available. So I'm going to cut off this first video at that time frame. We're about 12 minutes right now. Thank you for listening, and look for session number 2 to become available shortly. Bye for now.